And now, finally, I want to get to A5. Now, A5, I call it the advanced calculator, but really it's sort of like a two calculators, one program kind of situation. Okay, so we're going to build two calculators into one program. The two calculators you choose do not matter to me. Each calculator must take at least one user input and do some calculation and produce output. The two calculators don't have to be related to each other. In other words, you don't have to do like Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius, although you could. But the whole idea is to have, when you start the program, to have that main menu, right? Sort of like this here, where the user is going to choose which calculator they want to use. So they're going to have the main menu, and let's say the user chooses calculator number one, whatever that is. So it goes to this section and it says, okay, get input. You have to do the calculation, output results for that calculator. Or the user chooses the calculator number two and does the same thing. Gets the input for that calculator, does the calculation, outputs the results. Now, in this case, what I want you to do for the user is I want you to give them feedback. If they choose something other than one or two, I want you to say, hey, that's not a choice. So this is an if, else situation, right? If, else. And then no matter what they choose, after you go through that line of stuff, whether it's doing this calculation or this calculation or this calculation, then you're going to end the program. So there's just one set of choices, one calculation, that sort of thing. So let's look at some tips. We're going to once again create the structure of the program using comments first. We're going to work from the big idea to more specifics. We're going to test it as we go. Make sure you don't crowd your code all squished together. Let it breathe a little bit so you don't, it's less overwhelming. It's easier to read if you leave some blank lines in there. And use blank lines to separate different parts of your code. And don't copy and paste, okay? Whatever you do, do this typing yourself. Trust me on this, you will learn 8 times as much if you type this yourself. Okay, so I am going to show you now using my actual calculators how to put this together. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to use the user interface that I already started to create. My shape area calc. Okay, so there is my UI. And now I'm going to add a couple of blank lines after that. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to put my I'm going to use this line and I'm going to add instructions for my main menu. I'm going to say to calculate the area of a triangle, type 1. And then I'm going to say to calculate the area of a rectangle, type 2. Now, you're welcome to code along with me as I do this, but don't turn in this one. Don't turn in my exact code that I'm typing here, because that's not going to benefit you. So if you want to type along, that's cool, but in the end, you must do your own thing. Okay, so here's my finished menu with just my UI. Right now I haven't really done anything that impressive, but there are my instructions. So now the next thing I want to do is ask the user. So let's start with comments now. Okay, so I'm going to say welcome, menu, and UI. There's that. So now I'm going to start working out how I want to do this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to ask the user, right, what choice do they want to make for that main menu? They need to type 1 or 2. Those are the only things I'm going to allow them to type. So I'm going to say menu choice 1 as a comment, and that is triangle. Okay, and I'm going to say now menu choice 2 is going to be rectangle. And I'm going to say any other menu choice error. Okay, so I'm going to capture anything they type. They're going to get some kind of response. The program's not going to just crash. Okay, so now for the error, all I need to do is print error. And then below that, I'm going to say goodbye to the user. Goodbye, user. Okay, there we go. So now, right, I got that. But I'm going back to this. So what I've gotten so far is I've told them about the main menu, and I've given them the choices. So I've commented each of these sections, and I commented this part. So now I'm going to go back inside each one of these and do the steps, right? So if I come back in here